Come on, say inshallah. So, his strategy, his economic strategy, is to reduce mankind to slavery. So there will be slaves and there will be slave masters. Those who support him, those who beat his drums, like Singapore, they will be the slave masters. And those who oppose him, like Indonesia, would be slaves. How does he reduce you to slavery? There are many ways, but one of the most important of all, and if we have any bankers here tonight, I'm sure they'll confirm what I'm saying, is the banking system. Is the banking system. If you read John Perkins' book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman, John Perkins has simply put in writing what has been going on for centuries now. The Rothschilds Bank has been doing it. They lend you money, not because they want to become rich through the interest payment. They lend you money because they want to reduce you to slavery. You cannot pay the interest, they know it. And as you cannot pay the interest, you will be reduced to poverty and to destitution until eventually you are slaves. So what they do is, they lend the money to the king or to the Amir or to the prince, or in Egypt to the Khalif, and he wants the money to enjoy an opulent lifestyle. So he is borrowing the money from the European banks and from European governments. But guess who has to pay back the money? Can you guess? The people. He is borrowing the money. They have to pay back. Because international law says the government represents the people. So the people have to pay back the money. And if you don't pay back the money, then the banks will turn to the British government. In the days when you didn't have aeroplanes, and the British government will send the British fleet. And the British fleet will then start to bombard you. And then the government will have to accept. Britain will now take control of the finances of the country. Every Egyptian who is listening to these words will start to cry. The tears will fall from the Egyptian eyes, because he knows what happened. He knows what happened to Egypt, how they established an Anglo-French condominium over Egypt, because the Khedive borrowed money on interest. And the poor Egyptian people had to pay back that money. So now John Perkins now explains how it's done today. And in this way, a country is now enslaved. That's the slavery of which the Prophet ﷺ was speaking. When money is lent on interest, riba, notice what happens. Allah says in the Quran, كَيْ لَا يَكُونَ الدُّولَةَ بَيْنَ الْأَغْنِيَاءِ مِنْكُمْ. He has established certain laws of inheritance, for example, because he does not want wealth to circulate only amongst the wealthy. كَيْ لَا يَكُونَ الدُّولَةَ بَيْنَ الْأَغْنِيَاءِ مِنْكُمْ. He wants that wealth should circulate through the economy. When wealth circulates through the economy, then one day for you, one day for me. So those who are poor today can be rich tomorrow. And those who are rich today can be poor tomorrow. That is a healthy economy. But when an economy is based on riba, on the banking system, wealth no longer circulates through the economy. So the poor are now imprisoned in permanent poverty.